Video. Great.
Cool.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Planeteers?
Planeteers, yeah.
So, welcome once again. This is Cheleando con Planeteando, where we talk about geoscience with a beer in the hand, because science shouldn't be only in the classroom, also in the pub, no? As our
In the pub.
Yeah. So
Public science.
oh yeah. So right. So today we have a very special guest and a co-host for the first time. Our guest is Iain Stewart. Iain, any words to inaugurate this?
I don't know. Well, this is my first live stream, I suppose. So
Oh, really? Cheers!
This is, you know.
An honor.
Salud. Yeah,
Salud.
It's this new way of doing it with young kids, you say.
So you might recognize Iain from a lot of like super cool documentaries. Actually, they have been like BBC, I think.
Mainly BBC. Well,
Mainly BBC
yeah,
or
BBC, actually.
yeah, about planet Earth, no? About planet Earth,
So
about
they're all
geology.
They're about the planet, how it works, what it means for us, and kind of doing that in different ways and different programs.
Yeah, all right. And
You are a geologist of formation.
Yeah, so early career, very traditional geologist, but I worked on active tectonics, so I guess a mixture of geography and geology. Young stuff, so the last 10,000 years, a lot of it to do with civilization, so overlap with archaeology, history, and I think when I started getting into television, that breadth was really important, because I could talk about climate change, I could talk about hazards, I could talk about archaeology and history.
yeah, super cool. Actually, we're gonna get like really deep into that. Well, as deep as it goes, no? But first, let me also introduce our co-host, Alejandro. My bro, some words to the public.
Oh, I am.
Just introduce yourself, who
Okay.
you are.
I'm an earth scientist. My specialty is radiation chemistry and geomagnetic analysis.
But your early stuff was like origin of life, really.
Yeah,
really old.
This guy has been all over around.
I
It's
worked
super
for 2
cool.
years in periodic chemistry and origin of life.
That's great, bro. That's great. Is your tattoo has to do with that, by the way?
I have 3 tattoos with this DNA molecule of all the first composition of DNA. I have on a scroll with different shape for the music, and I have the Euler identity.
Ah, good one. Any tattoo that you want to share?
I should have. I've got a whole geological time scale, but I'm not going to show you.
All the formation
Yeah, so
Everything.
in the next live stream, Iain can show us. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so it's a good start. It's a good start. All right, so would you like to share any particular amazing, like Iain just showed us this morning in a super cool course about communication, amazing films or clips on his films. For me, they were really impressive. Is there any particular one that you will, I mean, maybe a lot, but choose one to share that you will remember all your life that really amazed you? Like totally?
Me?
Yeah.
And from my stuff or from anyone's stuff?
Oh no, from your stuff that you've been alive, and yeah, then people can maybe see it later.
It's interesting because there's been so many cool places that I've gone. I mean, I showed the Nika cave, the Crystal Cave.
Nika, is that one in Mexico? By the way?
Yeah, it's in Chihuahua province.
Chihuahua. I think they were going to flood.
Yeah, it's gone
eventually.
now. It's gone. So it was
Alright.
opened. Nat Geo did something, they called it the Cave of Death, you know, and then it was 1 hour long, and then we went in.
That one was amazing.
Yeah, it's extraordinary, and all, it's one of those places that you know, I can live the rest of my life and I'll never get to the rest of it. Places like Ertali in Ethiopia, Ertali, the lava lake in Ethiopia.
Okay.
And then I showed a clip of Siberia, the gas, the methane.
Oh my
coming out of
god,
this.
you need to see that, yeah.
So I think, but the thing is that every one of us, as a geologist, travel. We go to amazing places. They may be super, extremely amazing, But actually, most geologists, that's what they do. So it's part of what we do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, I remember my first field trips in earth science were like super cool. I particularly remember one in which our professor, if you're out there, Laura Mori, she told us, all right, guys, yeah, she's gonna, guys, we're gonna go this weekend to Acapulco beach because the field trip is gonna be in Acapulco, a nice beach in Mexico, guys. So we were so excited, but at the end, it was fun because like the field trip was on the way to Acapulco, like in the freeway and just stopping in the freeway and then to see the sedimentary
the road sections.
Yeah, the road sections. It was fun because we never get to
Do you know this
go to
thing
the
about
beach.
geologists is they drive through road sections, they wiggle because they're looking.
It's a problem to drive an
really dangerous.
This very dangerous.
Geologists are terrible drivers.
It's terrible idea.
When I'm driving, my wife will say, "Shall I drive? Do you want me?" I'm going, no. And then I find myself, she's like, "Shall I drive?"
Yeah, guys. So any geologists out there? All right. So let's say hi to Constanza. Hey, my friend, how are you?
Yeah, nice.
To Planeteando, so to ourselves. I think this is my wife in the other side of.
Hi, wife.
To Liliana out there and Alex Reyes. Hello, everybody. This is our first English live stream, actually.
Whoa, wow,
So yeah, that's another first. And actually, Sofia, it's also Sofia Villalpando. She's a biologist that do climate communication a lot in English. So it's very cool. And all right, so Carlos is asking, so where the beers are here, bro? Yeah, just like a.
It's like an advert, isn't it? It's like this is an endorsement for us YouTubers now.
Yeah, a lager, a porter, and a pulque. If you guys know what is pulque, I'm sure you know.
You talk in the class of the morning about the geocommunication.
Yeah.
It's very important for the geoscientists have different form to transfer the knowledge. Can you give a tips for viewers?
So I think there's a lot said about why we should communicate, and a lot of it's very well-meaning and very worthy. It's about educating people and and getting them to understand what we understand. My view is you should do it for fun. You should do it because you enjoy it. Number one, number two, number three, and the weird thing is geologists, in my experience, are really usually very passionate, enthusiastic people. We're a little bit odd, we know that, but that actually lends itself really good to communication. So people are interested in other people, and if you're slightly strange, but in a nice, even a geeky way, it translates quite well. So I think that the first thing that people should do is communicate because they want to, don't feel they have to. So if someone doesn't want to communicate, they shouldn't have to communicate.
Yeah. That's the first step to enjoy.
They shouldn't have a go at other people for doing it, But if they
what was that? Sorry.
Well, I think it's all right if you're not going to communicate, but then if you're going to criticise other people for communicating,
all right.
well, you're saying I'm not going to talk to the public.
Okay.
So some people get burnt. Not many, but some people are going to say it's not my job to communicate. My job is to do the science, and the public don't need to know.
Problem.
Yeah. I think we're trained to do the science. We're not trained to communicate.
All right. Yeah, it's fair also. Yeah. That's true also. But also, is it compatible? That's my question. And I'll also a lot of people that is seeing us or that is gonna watch this also has like maybe this question. They have told me, is it compatible like dedicate your life like to do research in geoscience, in geography, in geology, and communicate? Yeah, like.
So my view has changed actually a lot of this. So I think it's really important that you do both, and you can change the balance of that. But I think if you learn to just communicate and to be a communicator, but you're not doing research, it's like it's one dimension less. I think what's really good is to be out there doing the research and then also learning how to communicate. And if you can manage to balance it, and that's hard, I agree, it's very hard.
Okay,
But
yeah,
it's probably the best way. So people say to me, oh, I like to do your programs, what should I do? And I say, okay, so do a PhD for 4 years, then lecture for 12 years,
All right.
and then start. And they go, no, I don't want to do that, I want to do it fast. I say, okay, well, that's fine, but that's what I did.
Okay, yeah.
And
All
so
right.
then you have a credibility, credentials, you're got some knowledge and thing, but then at the same time you're learning the trade of communication through teaching, and then so a lot of people want it really fast. You know, and the internet world is very fast. You get people overnight become sensations for things. But I think it's difficult in science to keep the academic credentials and be a communicator. And I think that if you're going to be a researcher, why not also communicate at the same time?
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, that's why what we're trying to do now, bro.
They're not incompatible.
Yeah, they're not incompatible.
I don't think they're incompatible.
All right,
and I think
yeah.
it's interesting in the UK, for example, one of the interesting things is so if you're getting evaluated on your research in the UK, increasingly now, something like 30% of your evaluation is the impact your research has on who you want it to. So
okay.
policy or people or something. So,
oh my God.
So communication is now getting rewarded. I mean, that's the thing. Money, a lot of money is now getting put into a researcher communicating.
Okay.
That's not the same here. It's not, but it'll come.
Yeah.
Because it's about the responsibility of you're spending the public's money. The government want to know what you're spending it on. And so having people who can communicate, hey, I studied this is why I studied it, this is what we did, that's going to be really
All right. This takes me to the headline of a couple of weeks ago that 6 packs of beers are gonna double in price because of climate change. And this was a real, a real research, and of course it was the upper boundary value and everything, but it made it to the news, and then everybody looked to that headline, no? Because and the other time we had the opportunity to talk with this guy, no, that does a lot of energy related research and climate change and the stuff that he really knows it's important. He was saying oh my God, I did this for fun, and it's by far the research that has been more attention to it. So
it's hard to
tricky.
judge what's going to pick up. We just not me, but a colleague in my university just had written a paper about 300 that gets a lot of mention. But the study they had was that the boundary between the Avalonia and Armonica, so the kind of, if you like, the English-Welsh block of crust and the French block of crust, didn't go through the English Channel but went across southwest England, right? So the reason why this is important is Brexit. So suddenly you can say the southwest corner of England is part of Europe. And suddenly Brexit, because everyone's talking of Brexit in the UK, suddenly a geology thing from 300 million years ago, because it's got a connection with Brexit,
oh my God,
becomes picked up by all the newspapers, all the things. So it's,
all right, yeah. So
maybe it doesn't matter how it gets picked up, it's just it gets picked up.
All right. Yeah, so, so many interesting topics.
Yeah.
And
I have a question that to communicate all the information of research have two problems.
Yeah.
One is the barrier of the language.
Yep.
Of
It's very technical.
all the people write in English. And not
sorry about that.
Not all the world. I'm talking English very well, but not all the world drive with this language. And another thing is the technical English. It's too barrier to broken
to a barrier to share, no? To share the knowledge.
All the knowledge.
Yeah, you guys can also ask questions, huh?
That's right. I think it is a barrier, and I think science is now, English is the dominant language in science, and it kind of helps a little bit. So much of popular culture is in English too. So most of the movies are Hollywood movies, so it's just an easy way. But I think the technical one is almost a bigger problem. So my point is that we communicate in a coded way. So
Yeah.
we write a paper, an academic paper, and we were writing that paper, we were already thinking of 3 or 4 groups in the world that will read that paper. We're thinking, oh, there's a group in Cambridge, and there's a group in Paris,
my
there's
God,
a group in
that's
Germany, and we're not caring about anyone else. We don't think that you might pick it up or you might pick it up and try and read it. We're just assuming. So you can write in a shortcut language. It's a very lazy way.
All right.
But what it means is if you've got a student, so undergraduates learning the subject, they pick up an academic paper and they think they're stupid. They think they're stupid because
Oh
they don't
my
understand
God,
it.
yeah.
But actually, it's because it's not written for them. It's written for these small groups. So we
Wow,
need to,
I never heard it that way.
but we never break away from it. We should be able to write papers in a way that make it understandable to a wider set of people. It's a choice that we make. And the journals could be better at saying, not just give us an English, short, plain English summary, but actually write for an undergraduate or early, advanced undergraduate. So
All right.
why
yeah.
don't you do that? Why don't you?
But yeah, that's great. Yeah, very very nice thought there. Let me say hi to the persons that have to Jose, to Carlos. Carlos has a question, very very cool.
Okay.
But let me first say hi to Yasmina and to Raisa, my wife. And there was one question. Well, let's just keep the conversation. Carlos, it's a nature lover. We have been hiking a lot out there in California. He's asking, is Yellowstone will do eruption in the next 10 years? And yeah, I think it's a good question because it implies a lot of what we saw this morning.
So if I'm honest, I don't care about Yellowstone. Yellowstone, forget Yellowstone. Stop talking about Yellowstone. Right? So here's the reason why.
All right.
So
okay.
Yellowstone goes off every 500,000 years, and if it goes off again, all bets off. The whole thing's wiped out. And we get fixated with these huge, monstrous, possible rare events. But we're how far away from the Kalima's not far away.
All right.
We've got
Yeah.
volcanoes around our doorstep that will kill hundreds of people in the next few decades. So why are we fixated with these? Sorry, Carlos, I don't mean to.
He said he haven't visited yet.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
Don't erupt
I'm not
before he
dissing you,
visits.
but I'm just saying we get fixated with these extreme events, which are very rare, and we're probably never encountered them in several lifetimes.
All right.
And we cannot then take our eye off the ball of things we could do something about in our midst that will happen now. So I think we need to focus in on those.
All right. Yeah.
But Yellowstone, there's something about it, it just keeps, it's like we say like a bad penny, it keeps on coming back. What is it about Yellowstone?
Okay. Yeah, and Raisa asks, how can we open the academic structures?
Brilliant question. So I don't know.
Like classes or what?
So yeah, it depends. I mean, I think I'd like to open them in different ways. I'd like to make them break down the silos between disciplines. Particularly, I mean, my thing is between social sciences and arts and bringing them into geology. So other people might be. I think there's under the universities. They're weird places, universities. I don't know. You come in and you don't get many normal people walking into universities.
All right, that's true.
So I think there's a whole bunch of challenges around that, and science needs to hear more voices. It's about we have if science is going to have a mandate from the public to do things, then the public kind of needs to understand what scientists and science is all about, and that requires that engagement.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, guys. So if you are young scientists out there, or it doesn't matter the age actually, but it's a good way to start now. And hi to Silvia, which is watching. What's up, my friends? So here we are once again in the that just joined. Yeah.
Go continue. No, continue.
So here we are again in the Mexican Geophysical Union. For the ones who are joining, go and join and go and whatever. So it's been quite a cool event to attend. It would be amazing that not only geophysicists come here. Actually, I've seen some talks very cool.
Talks have been very varied, everything from nuclear war to
nuclear war. Yeah.
What was some of the others? I mean, sea level. There's going to be some.
Yeah, the biosphere too.
Biosphere too. Yeah.
Sylvia is saying hi from Chicago.
Oh, Robert.
And then Win. Oh, my friend Win, what's up? Yeah, what if we opened academic conferences up to the public for free? Shouldn't we be sharing our knowledge with a wider audience?
Yes.
Oh?
Yeah, no, so that's a good one to explore. So yes is the answer, of course it's the answer. But imagine if you did that. So if we had this thing where people could come in and wander into our sessions, you guys have sat through, how much would they understand?
That's true, yeah, I mean...
Tiny amount. And it's not because the public is stupid, it's because the way that we converse,
No,
the way that we talk about
I
it.
just wanted that my professors understood and to...
Sure.
Yeah, I just wanted like to show this to 2-3 people in their room.
Exactly, yeah. So when you're talking, it's the same thing, isn't it? You know that they're working on the thing, so your area, and they're working, and there's a couple there that are working. So even in that room of maybe 100 people, you're still talking to maybe 10. And then imagine if you come in from the public. And so to answer that question, what we need to do is we need to reformulate the whole process by which we think about communicating science. So conferences then become much more general for the wider public. Our language has to change,
All right.
and that actually means that we have to be a lot less specific. So the detail, I mean, the thing would be dumbing down. We have to dumb down. I don't like the phrase, but we have to simplify.
Okay.
For definite. And I think that it will be the challenge, because I'm not sure academics want that, or are often very good at it. They've been trained to do it a certain way.
All right.
So your generation coming through, I think because you're relatively normal still, you know, you've only been a few years in the geology world, you're still quite normal. It's easier for you to connect with people.
Yeah,
But
all
for
right.
people who've been 30, 40 years, it's hard for them to suddenly switch.
The gap is too much. But I wanna say, super related with this, I wanna look to a brighter point in this conference, because on Thursday, like two days from now, we are having a kermés. For the ones who knows what does this mean, it's like a fair in Puerto Vallarta downtown that we're gonna share like a communication, divulgación, outreach. Yeah, so it's super good because UGM has been here in Puerto Vallarta for years, and this is I think. So I wanna say congratulations to all the UGM organizers, because doing this is amazing. Like, I mean, this is I'm not 100% sure, don't cite me on this, but I think it's the first time that they do this. Let's see. Reza says, is this because you don't want to pay for the AAG? He's replying to... Yeah, and then Mauricio, my brother, Mauricio Bastien, my real brother. I say a lot of persons, this is your real brother. Yeah, my elder brother is asking, hi from Honduras, the most vulnerable country for hurricanes.
Yeah.
Hello, bro. And Win replies, too late, they already got my money. All right.
But it does open up that whole business model, you know, about, I mean, we heard, there was a talk just before we heard about open access, and the whole business model of science is changing a little. And so science has to decide what it's about. Is it a kind of group for scientists, or is it for society? If it's for society, it has to change its business model.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So how is your beer? Is it?
It's empty now. It's ridiculous.
Man, it's
dangerously low now.
For you, it's also low. Mine is low also. We're gonna start closing this up, wrapping up, guys. If you have any further questions, let us know. What about citizen science? They ask.
So yeah, it's a good point, citizen science. So I would distinguish between two types of citizen science. One where the common one is citizens kind of are data providers for scientists. So they go out and they'll measure something in their field or their garden, and they'll report it back, and then it feeds into an academic paper and they're disconnected.
Yeah. Okay.
What the stuff that I like is what happens when you give the public ownership of the science. So a good thing is, what if you asked the public to go out and measure river quality? You know, like fracking's a big issue. So what if you actually asked them to go and look at the chemistry of springs and things. So one of the things I think would happen is that the public would start to suddenly get faced with the same problems we have, which is, oh, how many measurements should I do? Where should I take the measurements from? Is this value that I get high or low or something?
Right,
so then I think they'll start to questioning, and then they'll think, and this is my theory, is they'll start to say to scientists, can you help me explain this value? And then they kind of need it. So at the moment, we do all of that, they put it out, we put it out, and then they say, you've not done enough measurements, you should test here, you should test there. So I think citizen science has got a really good scope, but I'm not sure we do it the best way. What about giving people a bit more responsibility and ownership over how they do? They need money to do that. We need to give them some money to do it and some guidance. But actually let them try and do the science and understand the scientific process. You know, we talked a little bit of
experience themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Setting a hypothesis of thinking we should put it on this river because this river gets some pollution from here, and we should put it just at this point and measure it once a day or several. You know, let them make these decisions. But no, it's clearly a good area.
Yeah, and Sylvia asked, could a YouTuber becoming a professional documentary could become a professional without a large budget? Regards to Ian and Bernie. Regards and Alejandro.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's a new world. There's a new digital landscape out there. The normal way of taking in information and watching television programs is kind of gone. So there's no rules for this new world. So I don't see why you couldn't be a YouTuber who produces documentaries and has that. I think it's about understanding the medium. And actually, what I'm saying is that the old rules are there to be broken. So the kind of rules that work for what we call long form, so we'd be an hour and a half video, they don't work for a 5 minute.
Now you can do an Instagram story, maybe. Or Twitter, or this.
And I do think it will still come down to quality of stories, narrative. It will still be about personalities and having, a sense of passion for things. They will still be the same.
I look at Twitter of you that you make.
They sent it straight earlier today.
I'm publisher on your Twitter about the course we take in the morning.
Oh yes, today's course. Regards, hi Lumara la bióloga is watching. So yeah guys, so I think this is it. It was an amazing live stream. How about you?
This is like a first in so many firsts, isn't it?
Yeah.
First English, first one from here.
Yeah.
My first. We have to have a beer now.
So thanks for being here guys. I hope you also had a beer in your house. And if not, go for it.
One.
And receive all the love here from Puerto Vallarta. So see you in the next Cheleando con Planeteando. All right? See you.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Goodbye.